Honorable members of the Committee on Trade for this report, and without wasting time, I want to go to the issue of UDC. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, we have heard that now the committee has recommended that the funds that had been earmarked for Biyinzika be reallocated to other institutions, but she has not explained in detail why Biyinzika failed to qualify. Right Honorable Speaker, Biyinzika is a company that got into problems not because of mismanagement, from what we know, but because of the COVID problem. And this is a company that deals with our local people, people who are in chicken rearing, people who are selling their produce to Biyinzika, and then it employs many of our people, both directly and indirectly. Right Honorable Speaker, there is also a mix-up, because I was following when the minister went to the committee. He told the committee that the company that was being talked about is Biyinzika, an international company. Whereas, when you look at the ministerial policy statement, they are talking about Biyinzika, the Poultry company. So I want to know for sure, which of the two are we talking about? And two, about the funds that were allocated. At one time, they mentioned the budget framework paper. They talk about 289 billion. Then they also talk about 391 billion in the ministerial policy statement for recapitalizing of the UDC. So I want to know for sure what is the correct amount and where this money, the rest of the money, is going to go. But Mr. Speaker, it appears that when government is coming to bail out companies, there are no clear guidelines that are used apart from favorism from those who are giving the monies. And you will see that some people have been bailed out more than once, but others, even with very clear reasons like Biyinzika, cannot be considered, Mr. Speaker. So,
thank you. Yes. I read this report, and I was also asking myself about the same, Honorable Nambooze, in line with you. Number one, the company had a funding requirement of 28.9 billion. But now, in the draft estimates, the committee is saying they have given it 39.77 billion. So, if it wanted 28, why are you giving it 39? That's number one. Number two, which Biyinzika, like you've said, because I remember it was even big in papers. Biyinzika was bought by an investor. Now, has he formed a new one which he wants now government buying shares? Where they want government to be an investor? I think this is the question. Oh, Minister for Trade, where is the Minister for Trade? This is a question which we should, because we know Biyinzika was bought by an international, which is doing well, by the way, because some of us, we buy their things. Biyinzika, the main Biyinzika, it's doing extremely well. It was bought by the best breeder, the number one American breeder, and he has invested heavily. Now, if you sell, and then after selling, you form another company, so government also come, you buy in more shares. How? So we need to go deep. And I think that's where you need to check on appraising. The committee should help us understand. Then, number two, now committee, I'm fearing. You have started saying allocate so and so, the money in terms of companies. And we doing the work of the board of appraising. Because the companies we are saying should be now given this money which was for Biyinzika. Who has appraised them? Okay, because the appraising process should be by the board and should go deeper and all that. So, Chair, you will need to clarify to us on the appraisal process and how you determine that this company should be getting this money. But we need that clarification between the two Biyinzikas. Okay? Yes, I picked. Like fine spinners, really. I think we've done tax holidays. What? Honorable Enos?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. My concern is page 7. The
companies. One, I want to clarify on Biyinzika, Mr. Speaker, that Biyinzika is an indigenous company that is interested in investing in animal feeds. And we thought that this sector, which is growing, should be supported by government. The requirement that we need is 45 billion. The amount of money that appeared previously was 28, but when we received the final figures from Minister of Finance, then the allocation that we proposed was 39. That explained the difference. So we think that by supporting this company, we are actually impacting on the import substitution of animal feeds and growing this sector. So we are of the opinion, Mr. Speaker and colleagues, that this money should not be reallocated. Instead, it should be increased. The second point is about fine spinners. Mr. Speaker, fine spinners, we have already signed an agreement and we are investing more money in the cotton sector. As you have seen, I don't know whether members have visited the fine spinners factory here in Bugorobi. It's doing a fantastic job. We are investing 58 billion. We have already paid 28 billion in the company. The remaining 31 billion is to import the factory lines. So we are of the opinion that reallocating 5 billion to other companies which are not yet ready will just stop the importation of this equipment. So the 5 billion, Mr. Speaker, I pray that as we go into the final arrangement, we should maintain 31.5 billion so that we import the equipment and start the factory. Because if we don't do that, then how shall we import part of the factory? Unfortunately, you can't import part of the equipment. You must import all the equipment that we need. And we are at the tail end. So, Mr. Speaker, I beg that as we finalize, let's maintain this 5 billion so that we import the equipment. Mr. Speaker, you are familiar with the manufacturing. If you are ordering for equipment, you can't order 95% of the equipment. It must come whole so that you start. The other issue is about certification, raised by my colleague opposite me. I want to inform you that government working with Minister of Trade, working with the Ministry of Agriculture, we have prepared a project to address all issues to do with exports, including standards, radiation, and all that. A project of around 174 million euro will be coming to this house by Minister of Finance to address post-harvest handling and all these issues. Then, including certification, then we shall impact on the exports that we have. Finally, is about the sugar mill of Soga.
Mr. Speaker, I want the minister to clarify how these companies are owned, because these are companies which are supposed to belong to investors. Yes, we come in by way of an MOU, but then if we are funding like fine spinners, we gave them the buildings, we gave them the tax holidays, and now we are talking about even the most best key thing of importing machines. So what are they investing as investors? What do they bring? From the very word go, it appears as if this is a public company. What are they investing for them? What are they bringing?
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
We are not giving them free money. We are buying shares in these companies. And for example, the benefit is creation.
Now, Honourable Minister, you're the one on record.
The benefits are really many. because we are creating jobs, we are creating wealth for these people who are going to be doing cotton. So we are buying 40% of the shareholding in fine spinners. So it is not free money. Every company that we get interested in, where we know that we are going to make money, we buy shares. The proceeds from this investment is a proceed to Ugandans. So we are not giving free money. We are buying shares. We are doing business with them. That's the point. The last one is about sugar in Busoga. We are making good progress. We have purchased land. We have done all the feasibility studies. We need 134 billion to start a sugar factory, serious factory in Busoga. That's what we are now proposing to have. The second one is Lila, which I've seen that you have recommended. Lila is a private company. They want government to purchase it at $8 million before we do the assessment of the investment. So I was of the opinion, Mr. Speaker, that when we reallocate and invest money, 10 billion to Lila millers, when actually it's not ready to receive this money, it will not be a good decision to make. Would rather maintain money where it is and then prepare to get the resources to fund Lila. Lila is in a private hands. It needs 8 million to be bought by government, $8 million, and then after that we talk about investment. So if Parliament says let us now reallocate it 10 billion, when we have not yet purchased it, it will not be a proper decision. So lastly,
no, just one minister on that. Honorable colleagues, please, honorable colleagues, we cannot do appraisal on the floor. Appraisal is a wrong process. It's a wrong process. You cannot sit here on the floor. We say this is the company we need. It's a company from our area. We have interest. It will help our farmers. And we say have 10 billion. No, there must be a very clear appraisal process. And that's why there is a board of UDC. So our focus should be giving a certain amount to UDC, and then UDC goes appraise these companies and see whether they qualify or not. Otherwise, we are going to make mistakes here on the floor. And how shall we ever do our oversight role when we are the ones who made mistakes here on the floor? So let us allow appraisal processes to go on well.
The last point, Mr. Speaker, is about the cooperative bank. We are determined to form a cooperative bank. As you know, to form a commercial bank in this country, you need over 100 billion. Over 100 billion. This might not be raised through appropriation as we speak. So the strategy we are now employing is to have the cooperators themselves, and they are willing to start a first-tier commercial bank, microfinance institution. Then after that, they graduate slowly, because we cannot have the 140 billion at a go. We would rather start slowly, but move forward. So lastly, is really to thank members for the support you give to this sector. This year, we have received an additional 14 billion. UDC has been allocated 100 billion. As the Speaker says, it would be good to allow the board of UDC to make assessment of these companies, because we know them better. We understand this business. And the point would be for you to fight for more capitalization of UDC so that we can fund more companies. I want to thank you, members, for your support and your comments.